Hi, welcome to Danny After Dark. If you're new here, make sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss a notification or a new video. Tonight, I'll be doing another installment of Ask Me Anything, True Crime Edition. And of course, I have my co-host from my Manson Saga Discussion Panel. So, without further ado, here is the guys you know and love, or maybe not so much love, Paul and Mr. Beckham.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello. How are you?
Good. Thank you guys for joining me again. This is exciting.
Yep. Let's get into it. Let's true crime the shit out of this thing.
Why? So you can answer Manson to everything.
Yeah.
So welcome everybody. So I know the notifications just went out that we are live. So for those who do not know, this is a true crime Ask Me Anything. So it's mostly true crime related questions. Hi, James. Welcome. And sometimes we get some questions about us and our dynamic with each other in the show. Hi, Nick. Long time no see. Hope you're doing good, hon.
Hey, Tony.
Hey, Tony. Oh, Tony, let me give out a wrench. Let's see, add moderator. Okay, awesome. So we have some questions that were already sent in advance. So we'll kind of kick off and start with that. But while we're doing that, if anybody has any questions, any true crime questions, any questions about us with our show, leave it in the chat and we will definitely answer those for you.
Hey, Krishna.
Hey, Krishna. All right. So.
Hey, Mimi.
Hi, Mimi. All right. So first question that we got.
Hey, Mike.
Some of them.
Oh, I just said hi, Mike.
Oh, hi, Mike. Let me give Mike a wrench.
Who's Mike shy?
And nobody's shy. Don't call attention to him.
All right. So some of these questions I were not surprised, but one of the ones we got is, what is our thoughts on the Ghislaine Maxwell verdict, the juror aftermath, and what do you guys think will happen if she gets a new trial?
More show shit, and then she'll get off, and she might give a name of some very low on the totem pole person that it doesn't matter if they get in trouble in the grand scheme of things. But other than that, fuck all. Somewhere between sweet fuck all and nothing will happen to her, just like all the other people that get away with everything. Hey, Nicholas.
Hey, Nicholas.
Yep. So yeah, she might give up information if Epstein was a intelligence agent for another country.
She might be like, yeah, fucking Epstein did this stuff, and then that's it. And they're like, cool, good enough. And then they'll send
they'd connect stuff to, to Middle East, Europe, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the verdict, I was kind of surprised. I was hoping she'd get convicted, but I didn't know if there was enough to. So I was surprised. The aftermath, I heard the interview with the juror and it was very embarrassing. To me, it just seemed like a juror wanting their 15 minutes of fame and
fucked
everything. Yeah. Completely fucked everything. I used my past experience to convince the rest of the jurors, and it's like,
yeah.
And then do you remember answering this on the questionnaire? No. It's just like, oh my God. So that's my opinion on it, which really sucks. Hi, Brian.
Hello, Brian.
If she gets a new trial, which, I mean, there's a good chance she will. I'm not sure that they'll convict her again. No. I hope they do, but I don't think so.
It's already.
No, I mean, if this was really like James Bond stuff, like seriously, yeah, no, I don't think so.
If there's deep CIA ties, man, that CIA book I'm listening to right now,
that's right. How's that going?
Holy fuck,
dude! We got to do a show on the CIA when you're done.
It just makes it seem like Dulles got such shitty people away. Like the two Dulles brothers, they got
Hey,
so
Fiddle.
many shitty people off just because of who they were. And like, oh, it's just crazy. It's just crazy. So like,
Don't get
you
me
know,
started on
Beckham
on the
saying,
Nazi war crime stuff.
oh, and like, oh man, yeah, don't get me fucking started.
Yeah,
But
Daniel, we better change the subject because we're gonna turn this into.
But the thing is, the only thing I meant by that is like when you say that when you talk about Epstein having something to do with the CIA,
Hey, calm.
that's, you know, it's not out of the range of possibility because they were into some nefarious shit and they don't care. They're just like the Wild West. They play both sides. It's fucking insane. She'll commit suicide, Tom. She'll be suicided. She'll be suicided in jail.
Tom makes an excellent point. I wouldn't be surprised.
No. Shit, no.
So we have an audience question.
Fiddle for you, son
So
of a
Tony
bitch.
asks, wonder what would be the panel's favorite crime or horror movie?
Oh.
I already have one. Well, like if we needed to create our own.
No, what's your favorite fucking movie and TV show to do with crime?
Here, I'll leave it up because Beckham's confused. Tony, you clearly asked a very difficult question.
Man, I think that, oh shit. What's my favorite? I really like The Conjuring. That was a good movie. I liked Paranormal Activity. It's a tough one for me to do favorite things, but I mean, Breaking Bad was fucking phenomenal. That was a crime show.
Realistic there.
Huh?
Oh, your favorite crime. Okay, I got you.
Favorite crime show.
So
there's that one, or what would another one be? I don't know. I haven't seen Ozark, but I've heard a lot of really good things about that.
It's really good.
Beckham, what about you?
Crime, Ozark is good. Power is good, really good. The one you talked about with the blue drugs. What's it called again? I haven't seen it in so long.
The Wire was so good. Sorry, Tom said The Wire. That was fucking wicked. Have you seen that? Oh, that was intense. That show was intense.
Would The Walking Dead be considered a horror movie?
A horror TV show, I guess.
No, Danielle, you know my favorite movie. It's gonna break
Texas
tomorrow.
Chainsaw Massacre.
That's right.
Hey, whoa, waning.
The new one comes out tomorrow. I'm excited on Netflix. On Netflix, and he's old. Leatherface is older, and he comes back because they never caught him.
If anybody wants to prep for that, I did a special on Ed Gein a few weeks ago. So check out that episode on my channel to get prepared because that's who it is based on.
Yep.
For me, favorite crime or horror movie. So I don't really watch a ton of those types of movies because they're fake and I kind of like watching the real stuff. And I know that's sick. But if I had to pick one, I really am drawn to Hellraiser. I really, really dig the character.
Hellraiser? Yeah.
Hellraiser.
Pinhead's rad.
Pinhead, yeah. Something I feel a connection
Pinhead?
in my soul to him.
She'd be hot.
They do have a female Pinhead. Well, she's not Pinhead, but it's the chick who has her fucking throat open and there's like hooks and shit.
I've never seen that.
It's fucking scary.
So thank you, Tony, for the question. Again, any questions anybody has, leave it in the chat. We'll get to them. Let's see. Krishna, did he say anyone seen the slasher series on Netflix?
No.
No, I haven't.
I started because I needed to take a brain break. I needed something stupid to watch. And so I started watching, what the fuck's it called again? Aquarius. And it's super dumb, but it's really weird, the stuff that the little hints that they throw out. It's like the open secret in Hollywood. They've got Manson. The Manson guy doesn't look or act like Manson. It acts like the President's Choice version of Manson or whatever your guys is like low budget version of yogurt or whatever the fuck. Like he's just that's how this guy's. But they put things like him extorting a dude because the guy's trying not to let them find out that he was gay, and like putting forward his women to do stuff, having a bunch of straight Satans around. Yeah, just different things that are like winks to that they know enough about the shit to tip people off that are in the know, which is annoying that they can't just do a full fucking thing like the main story, because it would be just as interesting.
Nope, can't do it. It's Hollywood
There's a
related.
lot
buddy.
of comments that Paul likes The Ring.
What's
The Ring
really?
is so scary. It was so when I was a kid, well, not a kid, I was like an adult, but it was a long time ago. And me and my friend went to go and see with our girlfriends. We went to go and see The Ring, and me and him were scared shitless, and they were fine. And then afterwards, we were like, "Fuck you guys! We're going out. We're gonna go smoke a joint at the beach." And we went to the beach, and on the water, a big fog had rolled in, and so there was fog coming at us on the water, and it was clear where we were, and it just kept coming forward. And we're like, "Fuck this! It's The Ring down here. There's gonna be like this little chick with terrible hair crawling at us in a funny way." Like it's just gonna be fucking.
You are an embarrassment, Paul.
It was so scary.
Our very good friend, Mr. Jinx, makes some great art for our show. And one of them he did for Danny After Dark was me as The Ring. So
that's right.
Yeah.
Hello,
So,
Bo. Hello, Wayne.
Waiting. So let's see. There was
Fiddle Ford, just to be clear, I was not the friend. I was
Fiddle.
No,
You're
it wasn't him.
You're a
No.
real Canadian man. I did not think it was you.
Lesh, I'll see you soon, buddy.
So, oh, hi, Lesh, hon.
Hey, Lesh.
Thank you for your friend in a second. So Tom asks, you guys have obviously watched Netflix
Yes.
Mindhunter. Yes.
Yeah.
Is there a new season coming out soon? No, there is not.
It's done. They cut it.
Yeah. With COVID and everything, the directors, like everybody was working on other projects, and he just, instead of tying up people, he just ended it.
I think he jumped the shark anyway with the kid and his friends killing the little kid. I think that was doomsday for that show.
Well, you can't do kid
They
stuff.
shouldn't have written
But
that
it doesn't
in there,
even.
dude.
It was stupid. It was it was like off to the side. It didn't even make sense to the story. It added way too much shit with not enough build up. You know what I mean?
It just came out of nowhere.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So this is happening now. All right. Well,
They didn't set up the little signs, right? Or maybe they did. I don't remember.
No, they did nothing. It was slapdash.
Fiddle, that's a lie. You're also afraid of magpies.
Magpies. Well, yeah, fuck
Magpies.
everybody with any sense to them should be.
Dessert. All right. So these are great questions. Keep them coming in. I'll jump to some that I was sent in advance, but keep them coming in. Okay. This question is from, I wish he was here right now. It's from our good friend Bill. Bill asks, who the fuck is Paulcast?
Who fucking cares? Like existentially, or
Beckham, how would you like to answer that one?
I just have the t-shirt. That's all I know.
I'm some douchebag who wanted to make people forget about the pandemic for a little bit when we were in the heat of it, and wanted to distract myself. And now I'm here with these guys, and it's really weird that we've gotten to do all the stuff that we've gotten to do. That's it.
You have a shrine now.
I don't have a shrine.
We're gonna get to the shrine.
And you're gonna get and you're getting a perm soon, right?
Yeah, I'm getting a perm for sure.
Who the fuck is Paulcast? Paulcast is very multidimensional. Paulcast is a very blunt and honest person, somebody who marches to the beat of their own drum, will not take orders from anybody else. They run the show. He runs the show.
Yeah.
Um,
I gotta go.
If you fuck up, you're done.
Yeah.
So
That's
do not cross him. He is also one of the most loyal people I've ever met.
Oh, thank you.
He's also one of the
Most sidetracked.
most giving of his friendship.
Oh, thank you.
It's
That's very nice. Hey, Andrew.
Something, since he's one of those, you fuck up, you're done. You know that when you have that friendship, don't fuck it up because it's a once in a lifetime thing. So,
oh, thank you. That's way too nice. That's that's way too nice.
It's true. It's true. You're very multidimensional, and not everybody knows that. I mean, they just tune in to see me being perfect, and then they see you.
Oh, okay. There you go. I bark a lot.
Yeah. So Paulcast is many things, but more. With that being said, if I had to say it in a nutshell, pain in the ass.
Yes. The wrench.
Andrew, let me wrench you.
The wrench means, well, for when we have it on our show, it's for two reasons. Because Billy will kick anyone out because he's the cooler, and then the other reason is if we're doing a live, people can put links up, because if you don't have a wrench and you put a link up, you can't click on it, so it's just a whole bunch of gobbledygook.
Yep.
The wrench is a tribute to Clem.
Krishna says, does anyone play horror games on PC or console? New Evil Dead game coming out in May. I'm not a gamer.
Mm-mm.
Paul's not a gamer.
I did a 3D horror game once, and it just like I could just hear my friends laughing because every time something would happen, I'd be like, "Oh fuck!" and then just hear them in the background.
Beckham, you're a bit of a gamer. Do you play any horror games?
No, I only play one game. I only play like football. That's it. I'm not the other stuff. I can't do it.
Okay. Well, sorry to disappoint, but none of us are gamers, Krishna. Let's see.
That's okay. So Fiddleford actually knows me, and that is the truest comment of all things that have been said. Hey, Royce.
This?
Yeah.
Hi, Royce.
Don't
God, Lesh,
compliment him after midnight. What did that, Krista? I think Carol's.
Oh, for fuck's sake, Lesh.
God.
Oh my gosh. You guys are something. You guys are really something.
What? Holy shit.
Well, since we kind of all don't game, I think that answers that. No,
well, if any of you people in the audience played it, there you go. You have waning. I bet he's like, get down. Pass me the gun.
So for those that are answering gaming, asking gaming questions, I do every year, trying to be a good spouse. I only go one day because I can't handle the nerds any more than that. PAX East. Hubs gets the 4-day pass. I just go one day to be supportive, and holy shit.
What do you do that one day? What do you do? Like,
I just am in awe because it sells out it's like 90,000 people. We went a month. The last one was in 2020. We went the month before COVID. So COVID was already spreading, but it was like a month before everything shut down. And I look back and I'm like, holy fuck, we dodged a bullet. 90,000 people.
So you just people watch or what? Eat the food?
I know. I watch and judge. I'm not going to lie. Hi, Nick. Let me give you a wrench. Yeah, there's all these like new video games coming out that you can play and test. I'm probably not even doing it justice. There's a whole Dungeons and Dragons section people can play. I'm not there.
Yeah, it just sounds like me thinking about video games for like a second. I'll be like, yeah, that'd be fun, and then I know that like 2 minutes in, I'll be like, this is boring. I'm so bored. I can't do this anymore.
Yeah,
I can't play games that long. Like the
No.
football game that I play, it's only like 45 minutes, and I'm done after that. I got to do something else.
So let's see. There's a few questions. I don't want to miss anybody. Krishna asks, Danny, I fawn over you. What do no, just kidding. Serious question for Paul.
Yeah.
Krishna, I fawn over you. Huh?
How long did it take you to decide the name Paulcast for your channel? Fuck all. I was like Paulcast, and then that was it. That was about the thought I put into it.
Phil, if you ever come out this way, you know what? Come during a time where there's PAX for real.
Oh, he's a nerd. He is a
The
total
closest thing to that I do or that I enjoy is Star Wars.
Yeah, Fiddle, for real. I'll take you to Salem, take you to Boston, and then drop you off at PAX. Have fun with the nerds.
James.
Let's see. Okay, Nick asks, since you guys are so involved in the Manson stuff, have you guys ever had some thought about it at the most random times of day?
Oh yeah. Oh, well, like all the time.
All the time. Well, we have a group message, and it's all day, every day.
Yeah. At this
All
point,
day,
there's
every day.
so much stuff that we're learning, and we're putting a lot into this that it's more weird when I'm not. No, it's good though, because I can shut it off when I need to do family stuff and my job and everything. But like when I'm working and I'm just doing some job where it's like back and forth and I don't have to think too much. And the thing that's weird too is because stuff jumps out at you once you know it. Like walking by the bookstore and there's this fucking book on cults and there's Manson's face right there. Like, all sorts of stuff like that. And it's everywhere. It's fucking everywhere. It's like pop culture just got rocked by this thing, which is crazy.
Yep. Let's see. We
Well,
have
I always
Tom.
get crazy ideas at all times of the day, and I message these guys about
Beckham does. Yeah, Beckham random all of a sudden he'll be like, dudes.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut back. Oh God, yeah, Beckham. Oh my God.
But
wake
I
up
connect the dots with my stuff. I just don't like throw it out there in the wind. Like,
yeah.
Eric, give me a wrench. Yeah, I'll be like, I'll hear my phone at like 3 a.m. buzz, and it's Beckham. He's like, "You guys, I think I solved it. I'll fill you in the morning." And I'm like, "Oh my God!"
Or it'll just be like something super random. We'd be like, "Okay, guys, I saw a butterfly, and now I totally figured out the porn angle. I don't know what you guys."
Dude,
we're not joking.
You can't say that I've said I've solved it. I've never said that.
I've solved the case.
No.
Your wording has come close.
No.
To that.
I say connected or connection or something.
Great question. Let's see. So Tom asks, if you guys were to pick a favorite Manson era, what would it be? 1969 Manson, 1980s Manson, 1990s parole hearings, etc., or old Manson?
If I was one that I wanted to know about, it would be Mexican Manson.
Yeah.
Mexico Manson. More information on that, because there's already a bit of information, and like him talking on that recording that we had about killing them rats and him being on the aggressor side. That's something I want to know about. I think the amount of stuff that he was taking back and forth, see if he was just peddling weed back and forth, or because there was a story about him getting mushrooms before a lot of people had them.
One of the knives used oh God, I want to say it's yellow, was made in Mexico.
There's so much connection to Mexico with that whole thing.
I'd have to get with another guy that I know, and he's the one that actually told me this about a long time ago. And he showed me the pictures and stuff, and the knife maker was in Mexico.
Yeah, Wayne Mushrooms.
So
talks about it in Manson in his own words.
I would say like Manson when he gets out right when the like hippie free love movement was starting. I would have loved to like blindly follow him and just see how he adapts and just how he sees the world, like that shocked, like, oh my God, the world has changed and this is new.
Yeah, if you were able to get actually what was going on in Manson's head, it would be interesting, because I don't think it would be as grandiose, certain things, because everyone's human. I mean, but the thing is, he has spent more time alone in solitary confinement than a lot of monks do when they're trying to find enlightenment. That's why it's so interesting listening to him talk, because he's gone through his head and back, and has it's interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, which is the one where he walks in like a rock star to the hearing?
Oh,
the sunglasses off and his hair's all like.
that's yeah. Well, are you talking about there was the interview where he's got the glasses on?
Jacket. He's got the jean jacket on.
Yeah, that's an interview with I forget what the fuck the woman's name is, but I remember the one. Oh no, are you talking about the one where he's got a jean shirt in and he comes and he sits down and he's like,
yeah,
just like
what's got the sunglasses on and takes them off.
Yeah, that was the Dennis Wilson Wolf.
We'll get to that
aspect
question in
of
a
him
second. Paul, this is not your show.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry you say sorry.
God damn it.
Mimi says, can you imagine a Manson Bundy convention? Well, Auntie Mimi. Well, hello, Auntie Mimi. Love your favorite niece. There is a crime con convention that happens every year, and this year is in Vegas. Me and Beckham discussed going, but there's that little thing called COVID that it's just not conventions. I'm not really digging right now because of that, but everything true crime. So that would be fabulous. All right, let's see. Questions. Okay. Krishna, can anybody recommend a good documentary or book on Roman?
Oh, his information's all over the place. That one, you're in our group now, I think, Krishna, on Facebook, yes. And there's a decent one that we put on there about just, I guess, basically from after the murders on, sort of Polanski. There's the book about Chinatown, the making of Chinatown. The Big Goodbye has a really good biography kind of on Roman, like the most information on him in the Holocaust and stuff like that. And then afterwards, how he treated actors, that's probably the one, even though it's not like just Roman Polanski. I think that's the one that I've seen that's the most normal.
I agree with that. Hi, Tony. Welcome.
Hey, Tony.
Let's see. If you I think this is guys, were to replicate podcast, who would you pick as the killer case?
He means if we had a different theme, I think is what he means. I would have to say that either like the JFK stuff.
I was just about to say JFK or Black Dahlia.
Black Dahlia, that's a good one. But I think the JFK one, it ties into a bunch of other stuff too. I think if I got into another one, it might even be CIA stuff. Not like CIA, Manson, zap, 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 but like the stuff like the people they let go, the way that they were running their own shit. Well, like despite who the president was, they didn't give a fuck.
Do you still think they care who the president is?
No, they don't give a fuck. No, hell no.
But Paul, they already told you they have to do it for the protection of this democracy.
Yeah. They have some weird game they're playing that I do not understand. It is well above my pay grade.
Let's see. We got Tom coming in with the questions. I'm obsessed with Manson case and watch a lot on him, videos, podcasts, etc. A lot. Question, does Charlie ever pop up in your dreams, or am I the only crazy one that happens to?
No, stuff like it used to be more often that if I was doing something, it would pop up in my dream. But no, I haven't had anything like, because I'm not that close to it, which seems weird because I do a lot of stuff to do with it, but it's not like that it hasn't done that yet. I mean, I'm sure you never know. I may go to sleep tonight and it'll be like, "Hey, guy," and I'll oh fuck.
You
Right?
dig?
Like, you dig? I'll be like, I do dig. I do.
What about you, Beckham?
Yeah, I mean, I've had some. I mean, we've spent a lot of time on this case, man. You dive deep. When the COVID started, when I started the first morning, I dove. I mean, I wouldn't sleep. I was into it. I'd get up I'd only maybe get a couple hours sleep for work. So something like that, you can definitely have different thoughts and maybe a couple of dreams here and there for sure.
I don't dream about anything true crime, and I read about true crime. Like, I mean, I'm constantly reading, looking at, and just for fun, I like to look at graphic
Danielle,
autopsy
you don't
photos
even
of crimes and stuff.
you don't sleep. So
I don't. Well,
don't
one, I
know.
don't sleep, and two, I don't ever dream about true crime. So
You only dream of Nancy Joe.
I usually, yeah, I wish. I always
So I
just have
guess Paul does
stress
dream about
dreams.
the case.
I just have stress dreams. I'm like, fuck, I'm late for work. Like,
Let's see. I'm just catching up. Okay, Andrew Bryan asks, "What's your favorite band?"
oh God, I have no idea.
Metallica.
Gojira.
Devin Townsend's one of my favorite musicians, just because I've been listening to him for so long. I really like Night Verses, but I really like Joe Pass. I think he's a really cool jazz guitar player. But I also really like.
You like Moontooth?
I like Moontooth. I like classical music, so I like Andres Segovia on guitar. I like a lot of guitar players, but I also like music with good drummers, like Night Verses. If any of you guys ever listen to Night Verses, they're fucking insane.
Is that the one with the drummer you play the videos for?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, he's sick.
Yeah, he's a fucking wild drummer. What do you got? Guns N' Roses. Eric, I dream about big butts and fast cars. I'm simple that way. Disturbed. Fuck off, Mimi. Whatever.
Beckham, who's your favorite band?
I mean, I like a bunch of bands. I like 60s bands, the Stones, the Who,
Hey, Eddie.
Metallica, the U2. I listen to a lot of techno and house music because I was a club kid. But
right.
Oh, you sure were.
Back in the day. Just
hey, Cap.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a bunch of stuff. Oh, Guns N' Roses. It's all good.
Cabaret Voltaire.
My favorite is the Monkees. Always has been.
Right.
And there's only one left. My favorite, Mickey.
Yeah, Monkees were
Monkey is
cool.
the only one left.
The 60s stuff I like, like those that era.
Stevie Ray Vaughan is one of my favorite guitar players of all time. Got to throw him in there.
Oh, what's that band that died in the plane crash?
Hey, Zorlak. What band?
They died in a plane crash.
No question.
Oh, are you talking about the one with La Bamba guy and stuff like that?
No, that was the 50s, dude.
Richie Valens.
Richie Valens.
That was the 50s.
Nick, please continue to bash
Not
Paul.
Like Zeppelin. Who died? No, one of those groups died in a plane crash.
Oh, a bunch of
the Big Bopper, Richie Valens.
No, that was
No, he's not talking about that one. He's talking about
in the 77, 78.
Sweet Home Alabama people.
No, that's Alabama.
No, it's not Alabama. Sweet Home Alabama is the.
That's Alabama, isn't it?
Leonard Skinner. Was it
Leonard Skinner? There you go. I like
that's Sweet Home Alabama people.
Did you guys see Tom's comment? I named my son Axel.
Oh, cool.
Damn, that's commitment.
Andrew, fuck yeah, Stevie Ray Vaughan.
All right.
Everyone's like, Leonard Skinner, you dumbass.
Yeah, I just couldn't remember what it was called. Yeah, I like that.
Courtney likes New York Dolls. That's interesting.
Hey, Courtney. All right. So moving on. And again, more questions. People put them in the chat.
For fuck's sake.
I believe I'm caught up to everybody's. Let's see. Will you guys cover the Wonderland murders? You previously discussed that in an episode.
Maybe.
If we do,
I only have one thing to say about that, and that's that audio with the drug deal.
Oh yeah, the fucking yeah.
Oh, can I play that right now?
No,
No, it wouldn't. It's
It's on
so
my
funny.
phone. It's only like 20 seconds.
no.
Oh man,
It's
yeah.
not
So
your channel. If we do cover it, it will be over here on Danny After Dark.
yeah.
Yes, if we do. But I'm open to it. So, okay, there's a Paul question.
How am I getting these questions? All right.
Paul,
Shit.
what is your favorite item in your shrine?
Oh, fuck
Ooh,
off.
that's a good question, dude.
That is a good question.
That's a great question. I
In
want
my
to know.
set, what is my favorite thing?
No, they specifically said, what is your favorite
You
item
can't
in
say
your
the guitars.
shrine?
You cannot say the guitars.
Why? But they are my favorite thing.
No,
Okay,
I
then
mean,
okay, then
No.
the books, I guess, because all the information in the books, it's boring, but it's not like not the poster because
it's such an insult to the poster Beckham sent you.
the
Wow.
poster. Look at him
dude.
giving me the
That
loser
thing-
sign right now. He's like
Dude,
loser.
that thing is literally from 1971.
Yeah,
And you got it.
that's the only piece of like real propaganda that I have. That movie was fucking propaganda. That whole movie, and that's why it's interesting to have that thing there. It's not because like it's his bad dragon.
Where's the dragon? You have a dragon?
There's that nice framed picture of Sharon nude that I got you both.
Oh, it's nice. You can see her spine and her butt crack, so that's good. She
Oh
was
my-
so skinny.
Me,
Holy
no,
cow.
you know what? Me, Auntie Mimi.
Kenny's book. Ah, that's right. That's what I said. Ooh.
All right. Ooh, Eric says, Danny, pick 3 finishing moves if you were a professional wrestler. Oh God, Eric. I haven't watched wrestling in
Oh my god, is this like a
forever. I like
fantasy
forget the
question?
names.
Danielle would do that thing that
Danielle's has a
that the
cousin that's
girl
a
did
world
where
champion
she like
right now.
spins around with her legs around the person's head and fucking smashes them on the ground.
Oh, totally.
Dude.
Oh, I loved when
DDT.
oh God, what was it? When the Hardy Boys would like they'd go up to the very top of the ladder and then like do like the suicide drop.
Mm-hmm.
I forget I used to remember all the names of that.
Danielle,
I was so
you
into
know
wrestling.
you have a sister from another mister that's a world champion right now.
I know. I would do that, and then probably pile driver.
Speaking of
Okay.
pile drivers, like and subscribe. Danny After Dark.
No shit.
Yeah, fucking thank you, Andrew. You have a black P base. That's rad.
Okay. All right. Paul, pick 3 finishing moves if you were a professional porn star.
If I was a professional porn star, what's the one that
What
the
a
woman looks at you like, is that it? That's the good move? Or like maybe I'd give her the Spider-Man where you spunk in your hand and you go and then throw it and it like webs her. And then I'd
The
you know what I'd
wheelbarrow?
probably do just to mix it up? I'd give her the Philly fake out. And what that is you're having sex with her from behind, and just before you're about to nut, you spit on her back so she thinks you have, and she turns around and you gaff in her face.
Oh, that's similar to the angry pirate where you kick her in the shin.
In the shin, arr! You come in her eye. And
I
kick you
like
in
the
shin.
angry pirate.
That's a good one. Yeah.
But okay, James, thank you for giving me probably very disturbing dreams now. Let's see. Mimi equals my favorite aunt. Bear, she was mine first.
Sunset flip.
Let's see. No, it's when you guys do this podcast, but it's too late. But you say you could somehow interview Manson in person. What would be the first question you would ask him? Oh, interview Manson in person. What would be the first question you would ask him?
Tell me more about the switching out the film and sending it to Hong Kong. Tell me more about Polanski. Either that or tell me more about Rudy Altobelli, especially if he had to tell me. No, wait. I would ask him because Nicholas Streck said that Manson got got a bit uppity about saying that Abigail Folger never gave them money, like in a way that she should have. And so that's something that I would dig in on.
Eric, oh my God. Beckham, what would you
Wow.
ask Manson?
I don't know. Did he go back with Reeve Whitson? I don't know.
Did he know Reeve Whitson would be an
Did he know,
interesting
yeah.
one? Or
Mhm.
tell Book of the Dead. That's a good one, Cap. But that one's more the girls. That was the girls.
Oh, we're going to get to that. Excuse me.
He was
Go
sick.
in order. Not your show.
Fuck. Yeah.
No kidding.
Oh God, I don't know what question I would ask. I think my question would be something, I can't think of one off the top of my head, but it'd be more trying to, if I could get an honest answer, just from more from a psychology perspective, just really trying to get inside his head. So something more of to really try to figure him out from that angle. Because I know these guys will ask the other questions. So
I got Tom's answer.
okay.
For why he did gay porn? Like for the money. And I don't give a fuck. Mouth's a mouth.
Danny is badass. Thank you, Tony. Keep going.
That's not an answer.
No, it's a wonderful comment. Mike asks, was Charlie in the car with Tex and Clem when they drove Shorty Shay to the spot where he was killed? I've heard conflicting stories on this.
That's what I've heard, that he or no, he was in a car following them. I think it was him and Bruce Davis might have been in a car following. Don't quote me on that one though. I'd have to look back into that. There might be a couple people here who know it.
Yeah, and not all these questions have to be Manson, by the way. Since this is not on the
But if
podcast, this is Danny After Dark True Crime.
But if you want them to be all Manson, that's fine, because then I'll actually know how to say something. Know what the fuck they're talking about.
All right, Paul, you're not on top of it here.
Nope.
Let's see. Tell me more about the Book of the Dead. Beers, you'll have to tune into the podcast for that.
No, that's what he means. That's what he'd ask Manson.
Oh, God.
That's why I said it then, you son of a bitch.
You gotta fly through these, Danielle. Let's go.
I'm trying, but Paul's trying to run the show. Danielle, Beckham, Paul, if you could spend a weekend with a Manson family member, who would you each pick? Bobby Beausoleil. And we wouldn't leave the bedroom.
Beckham, do you have someone? Well, it depends.
Charlie, and
yeah.
I'd drive him to Mexico, get military to move the border, and have it all set up, and have a nice little taco lunch, and just discuss everything.
I think Manson would be the most interesting to talk to.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if there's anyone else that, like, there's people that I'd like to talk to for their insight on the case, but really Manson is one of the more interesting characters in it. That's why he's so captivating to everybody.
Wrong.
What?
You would Nancy Joe Davis.
Oh, well, I thought we were talking the commie. Oh, yeah, but that would just be like, I'd be like, oh my God, paint me like one of your French girls. Like, it'd be the best.
Beckham?
Charlie. Remember?
Charlie.
Yeah.
Andrew asks, why did you first get interested in the Manson case? Good question.
The orgy people. I was just like, it's the orgy people. And I saw that Helter Skelter book, and I listened to it, and then I listened to Chaos, and then I was like, what the fuck? And then all bets were off. How about you, Beckham?
I have a law enforcement background, and I didn't know who Charles Manson was until until pandemic hit, and my military intelligence buddy put it all on me, and that's how it started.
I mean, I've always been into true crime, so I've always known about Manson, but not at this level of deep diving in. And the pandemic hit, we all kind of a lot of us worked from home and had all this extra time now and met these two guys. And I love to read. I love to read true crime. It's, hey, we're all getting this book. Let's meet every weekend on video and let's review it and talk about it and dive into it. And just one thing snowballed into another. And it just like we kept getting more and more intensely into it. So
Can I say something real quick on mine?
no.
The Manson case is not studied in criminal justice classes or anything like that. You never hear about it. There's nothing to study. The case was not prosecuted correctly. It wasn't investigated correctly. So there's no educational aspect to the case as far as that goes. So they don't teach it. You don't hear about it. So
That's too bad.
That's it. You know what's funny too is because it's just like a giant what not to do.
Exactly.
Like they could do a thing on it and be like, hey, you know how they did this here? Don't fucking do that. Hey, you know how they did this here? Don't do that.
Yeah.
Royce, do you understand that? Where was from Squeaky?
Where was Squeaky Fromy? Where was she? During the murders and stuff? Spawn Ranch. Now she's somewhere in New York.
I'd ask him how he really feels about Bundy. Oh.
Bundy's a bumpkin. Bundy's a poop.
Paul, you're gonna get booted.
Damn it.
Danny, you could go back in time to stop the murders attributed to the Manson family. What day would you pick and what or who would you talk to?
Good question. Wow.
If you could go to stop the murders,
a huge question, dude.
I'd stop Sharon getting killed because she has a baby.
That's what I was gonna say. I would tell her on Wednesday, Sharon, go to your mom's.
Go to your friend's house.
Or go to your mom's, go to your friends, and she'd be like, "Why? Just do it."
Like none of your goddamn business. Get your pregnant ass in the car and go the fuck over there.
Yeah,
it'd be like
that's exactly what I would do.
Because that's just. I mean, I don't think anybody deserves to get fucking killed like that. But she is a baby. She had a baby, and that's horrible.
Yeah, with everything I mean, I'm a Sebring girl, but with everything he was doing, everything Wojtek was doing, like it was just a matter of time before bad burns were going to happen. So yeah, I think we're all in agreement on that. Talk to Sharon and get her to be elsewhere.
Yeah, Sam. I'd book a date with Ronnie Howard.
Let's see. Favorite UFC MMA title fight? Oh, Eric, Jesus Christ.
I have no idea, but I really like that knockout where the guy runs up to the other guy and just like jumps, does a knee, and the other guy's fucking out. And it was like the match lasted like that long. That was crazy.
Yeah, this is more of an Beckham question.
How would you convince them?
God, I've been to so many fights, man. I've been to over 35 live UFC fights.
No, they weren't at the wrong house, Royce. It is a deep pool. It is a fucking deep subject.
Give me like 30 seconds to think about it real quick.
Okay. All right, so we'll move to the next one, but just
wait, because Zorlak had a follow-up. He said, how would you convince them? How would like if you're I'm from the future. No, I'd just be like, there is some shit coming down to your house. Do you care about that baby? Get the fuck out of the house.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be like basically it'd just say like just scare her or whatever it took to get her out of the fucking house. Because that's the worst part of studying this thing is that happened. I kind of have to like shut that part off to look at this. Because it's just that baby didn't do anything.
Yeah, agreed. Let's see, Krishna. Does anybody else find some of his interviews entertaining? Oh, you're talking about Charlie. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Keep going. My question for Danny is, who do you think killed Jonbenet Ramsey? I'm convinced it was the brother.
The butler did it.
I'm convinced it was the brother. So, like, convinced. Let's see.
Wouldn't take out tax. I mean, if it was a matter of like, oh, okay, All right. If it's that sort of thing, I thought you meant like go back and convince the people not to be there, or go and like shoot Tex. Well, I'm not in the habit of
Tex was
murdering
gonna get
anybody.
his eventually.
But no, but before the murders, like, would you go and fucking pop him and see if it would stop the murders? I guess it would, but then other people would get murdered.
Yeah. Yeah, I still stick with what I said before. Waning asks, where did you guys meet?
Stoner show.
Mm-hmm.
You're on there for a while. That's where because that's where the Manson stuff led. I was like punching in Manson stuff to YouTube, and he had a lot of videos on there. So ended up on the live thing, and Danielle was there, and I think that's the first place I saw Beckham. But then saw him more over at Cap's place, Cap's page when he was having lives.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
God, I still can't think of the title fight. Oh my God. I mean,
it's like funny to think that like I feel like we've been doing this forever, but then when I think about it, I'm like, we haven't.
I know a lot.
No.
It's crazy.
Without Tex, do the murders still happen? Not those ones. You don't prevent Hinman's murder if you take out Tex. Oh, but if you you're saying you prevent Hinman's murder and that stops the other. I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Drug burn. I think none of them have anything to do with each other really. That was just something that they were like, yeah, we're trying to get him out of jail, whatever.
Andrew says, "What's your favorite movies?"
We kind of did that earlier, didn't we? Oh, it was just horror movies.
It was just horror. If anything, comedy, but I'm not a huge movie person.
Yeah, I don't watch many movies. I really like The 40-Year-Old Virgin. That's very funny.
That is very
good movie. I really like Snatch. The movie Snatch is really good.
Mm-hmm. I like Forgetting Sarah Marshall. That's like one of my favorites.
Can I answer the UFC one?
Yes,
go ahead.
Well, okay, so when the fights were at the actual casinos, it was a lot better. It was more intimate with the fans. Anderson Silva would bring Brazil with him, so just engaging with Brazilian fans, the women were so beautiful, and the guys were into it and all that kind of stuff. So just hanging out with them was cool, and just sharing experiences with people from other countries. So anything Anderson Silva was awesome. So when he lost to not the one where he broke his leg, the one before that to what's his face? It was the when he got knocked out, the entire Brazilian, I mean, it was like 95% Brazil. They just were all in shock, and they just the whole arena just went silent. It was it was incredible. So I would have to say something with Anderson Silva, and it was pretty cool.
Cool. Good question. Of all the Manson books that have been published, which one do you think is closer to the truth?
Manson File.
I have yet to get my hands on it, but I would say I'm going to lean towards that. But based on what I have in my collection right now,
Neil Sanders.
Yeah, Neil Sanders. I was thinking Blood Family, but that's just more from a juror perspective on the trial. So yeah, Neil Sanders. I have to go with Neil Sanders. What about you, Beckham?
My favorite book?
The Manson book that you think that's the closest to what happened.
Jeez. Well, I mean, I don't have Nick's in front of me, so.
Oh, you think Reflection, hey, Zorlak? That's interesting. That is one too. Where's
I
Tony?
think they all have something.
Yeah, they all have like minimal truths. I mean, I could go. I mean, the one that I know the most is because I've read it 3 times. Is Chaos. And with Chaos, he brings a lot of light into things. Okay, so interviews and light of stuff, so I would still at this point say Chaos, only because of a lot of stuff that he brought out and made aware of.
Hi, Mike.
So,
hey, Mike.
Give you a wrench.
Yeah, see, and that's the thing too, is I've heard that from other people other people who've said who got it the closest. I think I asked Ben that once, Ben Gorecki, who got it the closest, and I think he said Nicholas got it the closest too,
Well,
from
Mike
what he
Warner
knows.
says that Nicholas had it the closest.
Yep. And
So
that's
I'm going with that.
yeah.
Well, I haven't read it, and I don't know
I
when
don't
I'll be able
care.
to.
Mike
I'll be
Warner
able
says
to.
that. Shut your mouth and go with Mike.
How dare you?
Hey, Mike, how
So
you
I don't
doing?
know. I need to get that book. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Beckham, Mike has spoken. Okay. Danny, do you think the actual idea of starting the so-called Manson family was orchestrated by Manson or Manson handlers in order to them? The so-called Manson family.
LSD? No, I think it was. Okay, go ahead, Danny.
Starting the so-called Manson family. Well, the idea of the family, that term was obviously from Bugs for
And
the media, but they were a commune. They were a commune just like so many other communes.
I also think that the people that they put into the family, like there were the girls that were traveling with Manson, and they were staying at Spawn Ranch and all those places, but then more people came on, like Beausoleil wasn't traveling with them. Beausoleil came around Spawn, and they're like, you're part of the family. And then all these other people, they're like, you're part of the family, right? Like Tex was in and out of there. So how much did they really have to do with it? That's the thing, is like, I think it's just a mischaracterization of how many of the people were actually fixed and who was grouped together with who. And like, it was like Danielle said too, a lot of communes had stuff going on where they thought it was cult like and criminal and all that. And yeah, Mike saying that a friend of Charlie's said that Nick was the closest, and that's another person who's spoken to Manson about it.
So Beckham, suck it. Okay.
Well,
Nick
I'm just
says favorite sports teams and why. Well, Paul loves the Bruins.
No, I do not love the Bruins. Bruins, fuck off. I guess I have to do the Canucks because they're the team closest to me. Yeah, you're part of the family, Mike. Don't say family here. People get the wrong idea.
Well, I'm from Boston, so I'm not a huge sports person. I've always been into dance, but
what was the question?
I've been to a few Red Sox
Favorite
games.
sports team and why?
And I've been to a few Bruins games. So
Well, I mean, I give money to the Dallas Cowboys, so
Yeah, you got Dallas Cowboys tickets, so that's it. Yeah, Eric. Fuck the Bruins. The Bruins lost tonight, Tom.
Oh, Eric's a big hockey fan, right?
Paul, what is that shirt you're wearing?
Oh, this old thing. This is my Danny After Dark. Like and subscribe.
God. I didn't know we were supposed to wear our shirts tonight. Sorry.
You gave yours to a hooker.
She was a nice lady.
Oh, dear God. Wolf asks a really good question. And I know we're behind, but I'm trying to go in order of everybody. Do you think that wealth of knowledge on the internet and awareness of cults will prevent future cults and future crimes of increase the instances? I don't think it will prevent it. No.
People are going to do what they're going to do.
You don't realize you're joining a cult, I think, until you're in it. And when you're in it, you don't see that you're in it.
Look at
in my opinion.
Look at all the different religions that are considered a cult. Everything's a cult.
Yeah.
If you look at the fucking definition of cult is so loose that
as you're saying that, I said the Catholic Church.
Yeah,
the Catholic Church is a bad one.
I got kicked out.
That's a mob.
Kicked out in
That's
the
a
third
mob.
grade. I got kicked out in the third grade because of those damn penguins.
Let's see. They cast a remake of The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, starring you three. Who plays who? Shady, James. Shady.
I'd be the ugly. I'll volunteer for the ugly.
I'd probably be the. Well, I don't know. No, Danielle would be the bad.
Yeah,
I'd probably be the good because that's what I do anyway. I protect all of you for your own safety.
Is Danny After Dark a cult? Kinda.
Who asked that?
Tony.
Tony.
That's funny.
Let's see. I just want to make sure I cut up.
Go Kings, go. Brian. You and your Los Angeles Kings.
Okay. Eric asked, favorite non-documentary movie based on a real serial killer. Well, Beckham, go ahead. We already know your answer.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre starts tomorrow on Netflix for everybody to watch. Go watch it.
That's an interesting
Michael Myers.
that's what I was gonna say. I think Halloween.
I
think
love Halloween too, though, but I don't
That's
think
a
it was
great
after
movie.
a serial killer, right?
But it wasn't based on a serial killer.
Yeah,
It was based on like all serial killers, wasn't it? It was just
For
like a
fuck's sake.
He gets the
Um,
powers of like all of them. That's why they can never kill him.
but if it's it's like a movie based on a real serial killer, then fucking none of them. They're terrible. I haven't seen a good one.
I'd say Psycho.
That's
Dude, that
based
one
on a real
freaked me out.
person? Who's that based on?
Yeah,
Why don't
who
you
is
look it
that?
up, hon?
You son of a
No.
bitch. That's not
I know. Just tell us. God.
Either that or Texas Chainsaw.
Brian.
Danny, if you could go back in time and stop the murders attributed to Jack the Ripper, what would you do?
Tell the women they're nice
She'd
ladies.
pose
so they
as a
go
hooker
home.
and she'd have an AK-47, and then they'd like
No,
they'd come up and he'd be
you
like,
can't.
"Hello,
You can't
hello,
take an
madam," and he'd be
I
like,
don't
AK-47.
and he'd be,
think there's nothing
You
you
can't.
can
You
do.
can't take that technology back in time. That's
You
Well,
have
hi,
to.
Paul Z. Let me give you a
"Hey,
wrench.
Paul."
Yeah, I don't.
She
Besides
just has
telling
Oh,
the
Tom
working
Hanks.
women of the night,
that they're
Don't-
nice ladies and don't
don't.
and go
you're
home.
going to get killed.
Night, Royce.
But we see this again with the Green River killer, Gary Ridgway. Serial killer, prostitutes start missing, ending up dead. They're still out there.
Mhm.
There was no way to stop it unless you stopped yeah.
I think Tom wins. Silence of the Lambs. That's right. That's what I pick.
That real?
No, but it's based on
No.
like what's it?
That
Buffalo
guy that
Bills
ate
based
your
on Ed
face.
Gein.
Okay.
You know remember when he does that
let's
with
see.
tongue flicking?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. All right, I think we're getting caught up on this, and then we can jump back to one more, and then we're gonna jump to some of the questions I got in advance. What was the one movie that Mark? Oh my God!
Wasn't it just called Ted Bundy?
Yeah, it was something simple like that. I haven't seen
That was one of those. They had a
forever.
few that came out by the same guy. Who it was like they had a Dahmer one and they had a Bundy one, and that was like it was kind of cheap, but it was gnarly. There was one gnarly scene that was in. It was like a night vision, and him strangling a chick for so long. It was so like, oh, it was really realistic looking. I didn't
That
like
sounds
it.
so hot.
It was not hot. It was not hot.
Like and subscribe. Learn what I'm into. Okay. What is your number one wow moment from doing the Manson Saga Discussion Panel? I have an answer.
Pick one. Okay, yeah, go for it, Danny.
I have
I
mine. I have mine. So go
I
ahead.
think it's that because we started out just the three of us meeting every week on video and talking about the book and then being like, let's do this. And, we didn't know what we were doing. Like, we're not out there like this. Like, I'm a dancer, so I'm a performer, but that's a very different type of performing, if you will. So to now come and do YouTube, it was very rocky. And if you go back, there's a lot, like, we sound rocky, but we've improved. To me, it's like that so many of you guys, like, we go live multiple times a week, and a lot of you, you're there every single time, and you're engaged, and you ask questions, and if we recommend a book, one of you guys will be like, hey, I bought the book you recommended, and it's like,
Yeah, that's wild.
wow, like you trust my judgment. So that's cool that it's like we have a little Paulcast family, and if you will,
I think
I know you're not supposed to use the word family, but
yeah,
that you guys like will
we
spend
have our own
all these nights
commune.
with us every single week. I think that's awesome. because we are learning from you guys as well.
Yeah,
That's mine.
absolutely. If you're okay, Danny, I'll follow that up though, because that's part of this show and stuff like that. But what about the case? What kind of what fact that popped out of the case that you were like, what the fuck?
I got mine. You need
Okay.
time to think?
Yeah, go ahead with yours, Beckham.
Yeah.
All right, so my wow moment was because I work with U.S. attorneys, was the fact that the district attorney committed perjury in this entire case. I was blown away by
Right.
that. Me
Yeah, that
personally.
was.
Mm.
Yeah, we're a communal marriage. Thank you, Mike.
I'm going to follow up on Beckham's. I don't mean to cut you off, Paul.
No, please do.
But that it was so obvious what was the atrocities of the trial, and everybody overlooked it.
I don't know if it was
Everybody
overlooked. They
it.
just looked the other way.
Not one, besides Nancy Joe Davis.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was shocking.
There was a couple of things for me. I think the Manson's Paramount connection was really a surprise to me, that he was used on a religious movie. He was going to be, that they were going to put out about Jesus, and then the closeted actors stuff was surprising. Oh, and Mexico. When I heard that thing about the rats in Mexico, that startled the shit out of me.
Yeah.
We can go all night with surprises.
Yeah.
They asked one.
Okay, but this thing, if to do with this show, the people that we've got to talk to, and the people that have said, like, you guys are doing good, here's some information.
Yeah, that's true.
That's fucking wild to me.
We do get information all the time.
That leads into one of the other questions I got. But before I do that, let me just give a quick little shout out with my pen. The S.K. Pierce Haunted Mansion.
Ooh, yep.
They got the pens out?
I got the pen.
Wow.
Why don't you message your Auntie Mimi and see if she'll send you a pen?
Well, I'm going back to the office. I'm going to need a freaking pen.
Hi, Bill. Welcome. Bill, I asked your question earlier. You weren't here when you asked him one of the things, who the fuck is Paulcast? And we answered it. So go back and watch. Okay. So going off of that, one of the questions we got, okay. Oh, it's at the bottom, but I'll skip to it now. From all the people you have met through doing the show, who is the one you were most excited to have met? And when I say met, I mean in this platform that we're doing it.
Except, I don't know. I was surprised that I got to, Mike. I was surprised when I first talked to Mike. That was surprising.
Yep.
Everyone. I can't. It's because it's surprising in a different way, and it all happened in a different way. Like getting to talking to Mike, talking to Nick, Nicholas Streck, messaging Tom O'Neill, talking to Black Wolf, George,
yeah,
all that stuff. That's crazy.
Tom O'Neill roasted my white glasses. It's all good, Tom. It's all good, Tom.
You did.
All right.
Shit.
I ain't got no hate, even though I keep promoting the damn book every time y'all ask me about the fucking book.
Bill, I was waiting outside a post
Bill.
Mine, I agree with everybody, but if I had to pick one, Mike Brunner.
Yeah.
Mike is
for me, it's Mike Brunner. Yeah,
super cool.
Me, it's Mike.
Mike's awesome.
Yeah, very chill fella. Did you talk with Columbo?
Oh,
damn it! That's who I should have said if I could talk to one person in the commune. Fucking Columbo.
So we have 3 more questions that I got in advance, so we'll answer those. And if anybody else, I'm kind of going through those, has any other questions, definitely drop them in the chat. Let's see, but we won't go too much terribly longer.
Oh, fuck you all.
Mike.
That's right. Exactly. Thank you.
Hurts my feelings.
I've already been roasted by Tom O'Neill. Another one wouldn't be bad.
You know what? Tom O'Neill is my win now just because he roasted you. Okay, one is shading me, so for fuck's sake.
Really? Nice. Okay, I want that one.
Paul and Beckham. Is Danny as mean to you off camera as she is on camera?
100%, 165% true.
It's way worse. She's so dialed back here. There's one time we got off of here and she's like, "Fucking don't do that again." It's just so mad.
Oh my god, yeah, we'll be like, "Thanks, guys, have a good night," and then I see it go live, and I'm like, "Fuck."
Yeah, what was it? One time she's like, "Stop looking at your fucking phone" or something.
You with the phone, Beckham with the dice.
Dude, don't let her.
Don't
drive her around in a city you don't know completely.
Oh, I bet she's a horrible backseat driver.
She is.
Why didn't you do that?
Dude,
go park the car.
When you say you're gonna come, you said you're driving, and I'll give you the damn keys. You'll see.
Well, when you sit at a green light,
whatever, you're gonna see Paul. Paul's not used to stop signs.
What kind of cars do we all drive?
What kind of cars do you all drive? Here's the make and model and license plate.
Well, I have a 2016 F-150. Thank you very much.
I have a Toyota 4Runner.
I wish I had a dune buggy
with the package. Everything looks all jacked.
You turn for Sebring's place. Oh my god! Yes. All right. After we've shaded that, let's ask a Danny question. We got Danny. How do you pick cases for your shows?
So
have they been murdered brutally?
Oh my god.
Is it a closed case where the person was fucking murdered brutally? Like and subscribe, Danny After Dark.
Well, it's funny because I've said time and time again, these are the cases I do. And then when people suggest ones to me, they're not the ones I said I wouldn't do, which I'll still read for myself. I just won't cover it on the show. So on the show, me in real life, I read all true crime. Me on the show, solved cases. I will not do school shootings. I will not do cults. Not if I was to ever do a cult, it'd be Jim Jones, but I just don't want to go there because it's too political. Paul, what's the other one? There was 3.
Oh, you won't do the one with that little girl that was chained up in the basement.
Oh, Lichens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even know.
James, that's so
yeah. So I won't
funny.
do unsolved.
That is. Can you
imagine
do that,
shootings, and I won't do cults. With that being said, some of the audience ones, I've been starting to go through those and work through those. If there's ones I don't pick, it's only because it either falls into one of those categories or just doing the research. I don't think I can kind of do enough to do a proper show on it.
To be fair, she doesn't have balls at all.
Yeah, no, school shootings are, one of my close friends lost somebody in a school shooting. So school shootings are a little
close to home.
A little close to home because I'm friends with her. And yeah, it's just, there's a lot to it. But yeah, so those are kind of what I do that. When people suggest cases where there's a personal tie to it, I'm very flattered that they want me to cover that, but I like cramp it up. I'm like, oh, what if I don't do it justice? Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. I don't want to disappoint. But yeah, so that I hope that answers that. Eric said he bought a car today.
Oh, what'd you get?
Congratulations,
Eric,
man.
That's awesome.
Send me a picture. Text me a picture.
Also, I just want you to highlight James's comment because it's the funniest thing so far in this whole show.
I can imagine that.
If you want to be driven to murder.
So basically, James just solved the case.
Yeah, basically what happened was it was fine. He was all mellow, and they were like, "No, you missed it. Oh,
yeah, it's always here. We've been here before, you asshole."
Yeah.
Follow up.
Follow up. No, because then he would have been more relaxed.
Can you imagine that, Paul? If that was actually said?
That was he gets up there just twitching
No,
because all
no,
of them were
no.
up
One of
his
the girls
ass.
goes, he's like, I'm not lost. And one of the girls goes, we've been up here before, you asshole.
Yeah. Oh God.
One of the biggest questions of the case is solved, right?
That would be like the alternate ending to fucking Once Upon a Time in
Oh
Hollywood.
my God.
They'd be like,
Yeah,
it would
that
be
would
them
be
in the
funny.
car, and it would be that'd be so funny.
See, Eric got a 2002 two-door Extreme Blazer.
Nice.
All right. That makes me so happy. Eric is
Yeah.
On the way
very
back
happy.
after the murders, ew, because they'd be all covered in blood.
Oh, dude. Yeah, I mean,
That's
can you
so
imagine
dark.
that? Think about that, dude. Mud, sweat, blood all over them.
Danielle stopped reading a book because there's this crazy guy who ate his food without using his hands, and he'd just chew it out of a bowl, and she couldn't handle it, and she stopped reading the book.
God. Okay, so Bill, creeps me out. Well, there was one I would talk to Paul like literally, and I was just like, I just did the case notes. I can't do this on my show. I spent all the time researching, doing the notes. I'm like, I can't do it. Sylvia Likens.
Yeah, that was a bad
do
one.
it. But the book I bought, see, I can't even remember the killer's name. It was one of the Harold Schechter books. Like, I own everything Harold Schechter has ever pretty much written. And it grossed me out. The guy would eat, he would just slop up the food, and he put so much olive oil, like it would be like a soup on every, and they reference, like the third time they referenced it, I was so grossed out. Like, food stuff just freaks me out. And I was just like, nope, can't do the book. I will read the most graphic crime scene stuff. Olive oil on food and he slops it up. Nope, freaks me out. And that's fucked, and I know that. Have you done H.H. Holmes yet? I started working on the notes. It will be covered. Absolutely.
Thank you for your question, Brian.
What about Supernatural, Danny? The closest
check yourself before you wreck yourself on that one.
The closest to Supernatural policy that you'll see is probably, because I mean, I've been asked, will I do Amityville Horror House? And I know some people think it's supernatural because of what happened there. Tune in to hear the real story. That's, I think, the closest I'll get to supernatural, if you will. Wolf. Yeah, Wolf. The Coke bottle, that's what I couldn't do. I couldn't do it on. I'm like, I can't talk about that on the show. And it was so relevant. I'm like, I can't. It's just, and then all the stuff that came with that and after that.
I'd have to look back at that. I thought that I was under the impression that they drove there, but I'm not sure. I thought that they took one of the cars from the ranch. So remember, Susan kind of inserted herself into it. She was like, I'm coming along with you. From my understanding.
Eric, I need to check that out.
Mm-hmm. There's a really, really good book called The Devil in the White City about H.H. Holmes. It's historical fiction.
We have that.
It's really good.
Harold Schechter has an H.H. Holmes book too, and that is really good. So, all right, so the last question that I got in advance, and if there's any other questions people have kind of before we wrap things up, get it in the chat now. We talked about this actually a little bit on your channel. Thoughts on the settlement with Prince Andrew?
Oh, fuck him. I wish they would have settled by setting him on fire. I think that would have been a good finish to that. No, it's all the same sort of shit. It's just the rich get away with whatever they want, or if there's too much power involved, like that guy is. There's a special place in hell waiting for that fucking guy. That guy's karma is gonna cut him apart. That's my take on it.
Yeah, I was kind of. I mean, you know, what do you say? He's guilty without saying he's guilty. I mean,
Yeah, it's disgusting.
everything Paul just said. I mean, you have the opportunity at that time to get the hottest models that are like college age in the world because of all the money you have, not because of your looks. And you do what you do it's just, I don't get it, man. I don't get
Fucking scum of the earth. Fucking
it. Yeah, I don't
scum
get
of the
it.
earth.
I don't get it. So whatever.
Yeah, I would have liked him to go to trial. I would have liked him to be depositioned. I think they would have ripped him apart, rightly so. The interviews that he's given are just, anytime he opens his mouth, it's just an insult. It's an insult to everybody. I mean, for those who don't know, he settled, and the equivalent, I don't know the equivalent. So American dollars, it was Virginia got a payout of the victim of 16 million in US dollars. So I
And
think
just
go ahead.
I was just gonna say, and just to make a point about it, like none of the people, none of the women that suffered with the Epstein stuff got a
that much
dime,
money.
or they might have gotten some, I don't know, but not the equivalent of $16 million.
No.
And that should tell you something right there. They settled for that amount. Oh God.
Mm-hmm. Well,
What did he know, or what did he see, and all that kind of stuff, you know?
Yeah, I heard one interview where he was saying, "Oh, that wasn't me at that night. I was at home with my kids. His kids are now adults-ish, and they've come forward, and he wasn't home.
Yep.
So his kid won't even have his back." I would have liked him to be depositioned. I can't stress that enough. But that would have opened him up. That would have opened the royal family up. That would have opened every celebrity political connection they have up. And the Queen would, that woman ain't having that.
No.
So.
Nicholas, that From Hell movie is so good. That was the movie with Johnny Depp about Jack the Ripper, and they went on the the basis of the prince or something was fucking a bunch of hookers, and the royal doctor was the one who was going out to silence the hookers. That was really interesting. That was such a good movie. Good call, Nicholas. It's so good. And
where's it at? Where do you see it at, or what?
From Hell? I don't know if it's on Netflix.
Oh, I've never seen it before, so I don't know.
You would love it, man.
So is it like
really good?
It's set in that time and all
it's
that?
about that thing. It's about the Jack the Ripper case.
Okay.
Yeah.
Waiting.
No, but it makes sense. And then they go and cut off the Myth and Reality site because, Manson. Because, Manson.
Well, even tonight, I
messaged
Paul the picture that he put up for the little After Danny show. I don't know what he put. So I'm like, I messaged him like, hey, whatever you put, YouTube blocked. He goes, it's a picture of Sharon. And he sends me what it was. And I'm like, okay, apparently YouTube found that offensive.
It was the picture of Sharon with the candles in front of her from that occult movie that she did.
Offensive.
Tom, your cousin's in that movie? Cool. That's a great movie.
That's awesome. I gotta see it now that you. Yeah, okay, Paul. Is it like are your movies to books any different? Because you told me to go buy them. I mean,
I remember from what I remember, because I saw it a long time ago, and it might be dated now.
I need to go watch the reviews before I take your word for it.
I'm
gonna go spend $20 on a movie, and it's gonna be horrible.
Eye of the Devil. Thank you, Nicholas. It was the Eye of the Devil picture.
Wrong with the book,
they got rid of it. It was so weird.
Paul's like, you got to get this book. You got to get it.
I didn't say that.
The next day, oh my God, this is the worst fucking book ever in the history of books.
It is the worst book in the history of all books. Hey, Rich.
Hey, Rich. All right. Well, we're just wrapping up. I just want to make sure that Rich has a wrench. No, he does not. Let me give him one.
This was fun, guys. Thanks a lot. It's fun to hang out and fun to talk about the case and all that kind of stuff. So
If you guys want, we can do an after thing at my channel for a little bit. And if not, I'll just fucking get rid of it and we'll go to bed. But
Well, thank you guys. Well, thank you, Paul, and thank you, Mr. Beckham, for coming back again to Danny After Dark for another Ask Me Anything True Crime. This is fun. You guys are great sports, even though Paul knows nothing except Manson.
yep, nothing.
And I love that I get great questions from you, all of you guys in the chat, as well as some of you message me in advance if you know you can't make it, or some people just want to be anonymous with the questions, which is fine too. But because I'm all for talking true crime 24/7, so this is awesome. So thank you again, everybody in the chat. Thank you, Paul and Mr. Beckham. If you guys aren't already subscribed to Danny After Dark, make sure you like and subscribe. I put out videos every Thursday at noon on Eastern time. This is considered my show for the week. Any suggestions for case topics, make sure to either message me or leave a comment on one of my videos. And if you're not already subscribed to the podcast, where you can see the three of us doing the Manson Saga Discussion Panel, make sure to go on over there and like and subscribe. We go live multiple nights a week, so it's a good time.
Cool. So yeah, we'll take a 10-minute break or less, and then we'll go over and hang out for a little bit.
All right. Well, good night, everybody. Thank you for joining us.
Rich will
Good
be
night.
back.
Bye.
Bye.